Welcome guys back to another video in the channel. It's been a long while, we've had a little bit of a break, but we are finally back again. And I'm going to start off with a new series now before people question. This is being filmed before the Arsenal Crystal Palace game tonight, just for a bit of reference. New series on the channel called From a Perspective, where we bring on new fans from other teams who have channels and get their perspective on Arsenal and their own teams. But welcome GGMU TV, how you doing, bro? Tony.
I'm good. First of all, thank you for letting me come on.
Of course, bro. As you can see on the screen here, we're not going to be talking about Arteta and Oli the whole time because probably me as well and Testimony, we're both sick and tired of talking about these managers. But I want to talk about United as a whole. It's in perspective, in hindsight, it's probably been a worse start for you because of the expectation has been put upon Oli for this season. Would you say?
Yeah, I think it's been an awful start, and this is Ollie's best start to the Premier League. This is his best start to the Premier League, and it's been shocking. There's 24 points there for the taking, and judging off the team we played, minimum we should be on at least 19, 20 points. We should be top of the table. I know we're not going to win the league. I predicted third. I still think I won't be surprised if we finish fourth. I want Ollie gone, but their expectations are just getting lower and lower and lower. We've got Ronaldo, we've got Varane, we've got Sancho, we've got these we've got these players that are eager to win, some players that want to win trophies, and this is one of our longest trophy droughts since like the 20th century. I don't. Yeah. Ollie's been the longest serving Manchester United manager for post Ferguson, and he hasn't won nothing yet. And I don't know when the board are gonna realise and open their eyes. We haven't won anything since 2016, 2017. Mourinho, even though he played bad football, Solskjaer's football is not any better.
Still won something.
Yeah, he still won something. If Solskjaer can win a Carabao Cup or a Premier, let's be real, he's not going to win that anytime soon. But if he can win an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, I'd take it because right now we're in need of a cup. But yeah, we've been in the mud lately, if I'm being honest. We haven't been at our best at all. But yeah, so yeah, we're in the mud.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your fixtures, and I think looking at it, United have had quite a favourable start to the season. You look at Leeds, Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle, West Ham, Villa, Everton, and Leicester. All games that you look at and think you have to be winning those kind of games. And can you turn your camera on because it's all flipped over? But look, you have to be winning those kind of games. And I said this when you signed Ronaldo. It could be one of the worst things that could happen to Oli because now the expectations have gone from here all the way up there. And now if you're not going to deliver, the pressure's going to be put onto Oli. But how do you think the performances have gone? What's the problem here? Because you've got the players, even without Oli. If Oli wasn't there, if there wasn't a manager, if it was a random manager, how are those players on the pitch not beating the likes of Southampton, who are probably relegation candidates? Even the likes of Newcastle, sorry, not Newcastle, you beat them, but likes of Aston Villa or Everton or Leicester.
I think, yeah, it's down to the players as well, not just Solskjaer. Some of them players need to look at themselves in the mirror. Sancho hasn't had the best starts to the Premier League season. I'm still not worried about him, but he had a sloppy start to the season last season at Borussia Dortmund. So I still expect Sancho to get the goals and get the assists. It's going to take time. It took time with Nicolas Pepe, so it'll probably take time with Jadon Sancho. Marcus Rashford obviously has just come back from the injury, which is very good. He scored as well. He looks like he's hungry, which is not normally something we really say about Marcus Rashford, as he's the person normally giving the children food. But you get the point. But yeah, I think some of their players need to look at themselves in the mirror. I think Lindelof, he had an awful performance yesterday. He got the assist, but taking off and away from Maguire, he had a horrendous performance. Even though he was injured, yeah, he should still be able. I'm not going to be too tight on him. He should be able to maybe put in a shift. I don't know what Solskjaer was thinking by picking Maguire. And for me, I think we've got the ingredients to bake a cake, but Solskjaer's just not the right man for me. You can't have for really fantastic managers out there that such as those managers being Ten Hag, Enrique, Conte, Zidane, sat at home looking for a job, looking for a managerial job, and we have Oli in charge. Like seriously, there's levels to this. There's levels to this. We've got Ronaldo, we've got Varane, we've got Bruno Fernandes, we've got Paul Pogba, we've got Rashford, we've got Sancho, we've got players to go and win the league, but we don't have the manager to do it.
I've said this myself before. If you had a Zidane, you'd be title contenders. It's as simple as that. If you had Unai Emery, you'd be title contenders. That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
But
100. We just need a manager that has a plan. Because what's been on his plan?
you tell
What's
me,
been the
what is the
plan?
plan?
I don't even know. I'm a Man United fan. I don't even know what their plan is. Half of the goals we score and are down to individual brilliance. Half of the games we win are down to individual brilliance. Look at that Mason Greenwood goal he scored yesterday. Fantastic goal, but no, that wasn't a team goal. That was down to a bit of individual brilliance. Look at that Villarreal game. A bit of individual brilliance from Bruno Fernandes and Alex Telles for the first goal. And then you've got a bit of individual brilliance from Lingard and Ronaldo. Look at the Wolves game where Greenwood was twisting and turning defender and just fortunately put the ball in the back of the net. Like, that was just down to individual brilliance. Just down to individual brilliance. We don't work together as a unit. We don't work together as a unit. And for me, from now on, we're not Manchester United or Manchester individuals because we're just rely on individualism so much.
Bro, you've hit the nail on the head there. You've given Cardiff City's worst ever manager literally Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis, and expect them to actually produce something on the pitch. It's how can you expect that? But what do you think Ronaldo's sitting there thinking? He's come into this thinking, look, I'm gonna play with likes of Bruno, likes of Varane. I'm gonna play with these brilliant players because I know they're one of the best in the league. Even Pogba, when he can be bothered. What's he thinking?
He's probably thinking, I've come here to win. I'm not coming. He's just come here to win. He's thinking Premier League, nothing else. Trophies, nothing else. No excuses. You think Ronaldo's coming here to win a Europa League? He's not coming here
No.
for Europa League. He wants the big trophies. He wants to be a big winner. That's what Ronaldo wants. And for me, yeah, Solskjaer's not the man to take us forward. And Ronaldo, if you look at him, every game he goes into the tunnel, he looks angry. When we draw, he goes rushing into the tunnel and he looks vexed. He looks angry. And for me, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I want to move that on and suggest that look, Ollie's held on to his job for so long, and he's done that because he's a good man manager. He knows how to keep everyone happy. But now you've got two massive personalities with Ronaldo and Varane. The amount of trophies they've won together, separately, they're they're serial winners. And when you have people like Ronaldo and Varane in that changing room now, and you have someone like Sancho who's coming thinking, look, I'm gonna board the Premier League, but he must be baffled under Solskjaer. How does that change the perspective in terms of can Solskjaer now hold on to his job with people like Varane and Ronaldo? Will the dressing room be lost now quicker?
I think there's more chance of him losing the dressing room now because when you've got these players like Ronaldo, when Ronaldo's not happy, you saw what happened
Yeah,
at, I
yeah.
think, Real. I think he didn't really get manager sacked, but some managers said that Ronaldo's a very hard player to manage. And for me, Solskjaer, he can't even manage Lindelof, never mind Ronaldo. Like, he's not, I don't think he's able to manage this squad. The squad's too big for him to handle. He's promised these big players game time, and he's going to start losing the dressing room. Because how about Donny van der Beek? Donny van der Beek sitting there saying,
What's happened to that guy? Man got nominated for Ballon d'Or in 2019. Where's his career gone?
Solskjaer just doesn't fancy him. He doesn't fancy him, and I don't know why Solskjaer's not picking him. Because for me, if you want to see pragmatic, boring, slow football, pick Matic and Ronnie van der Beek in the midfield, and you'll see quick, fast-flowing football. You see
Matic playing quick
more.
football. Matic
Now,
was finished years ago.
to be honest, I'm not even gonna lie. When Matic actually plays, we actually play decent. Matic is better than Fred and McTominay. I'm not even lying, bro. It actually is. I'd rather see Matic in midfield than
Looking
Fred
back on
McTominay.
that transfer window, would you have swapped either one of Sancho, Varane, or Ronaldo for a midfielder? If so, which one?
Well, if Ronaldo, if it means that Ronaldo's gonna go to City, then I'm not getting rid of Ronaldo. We need
No,
a
no. Take
centre
take
back.
out the City perspective because you need a midfielder badly. Someone like that guy who plays for France next to Pogba. I can't pronounce his name.
Oh, he's a baller. He's a
That
baller.
guy, and then DD. Those top level DMs. Who would you swap that for? Ronaldo, Varane, or Sancho? Taking out the Man City element to it.
If I'm really being honest, we needed a centre back, so we got Rafael Varane.
Yeah.
That was a priority. Sancho, Greenwood was gonna be playing up front anyway. People see Greenwood as his future number 9, so do I. So maybe it's either it's a tough one. It's either Sancho or Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the best striker in the world, so I might swap in a CDM for Ronaldo. Cavani's always injured. You know what? It might have to be Sancho. Because that 2 million guy will probably be 30 million. And then he spent 40 million on Varane, 31 million, sorry, on Varane. Then he spent 25 million on what's his name now, Ronaldo. And I think that's a decent transfer window. So it probably have to be Sancho, if I'm being honest.
Probably have to be Sancho. Now that's interesting because we looked at the transfer window and we'd never thought that Ronaldo would actually sign for United. Now, look, how long does Oli have left?
For me, time's ticking. Time's ticking. Obviously, I saw Fabrizio Romano say
Yeah, yeah.
that the backing him. They weren't impressed with what they saw against Leicester. Why would they be? And they expect things to change in the next coming weeks. And if things don't change, I think we could be in a different situation right now. If you lose to Arsenal, which I hope we don't, yeah, that Arsenal game's coming up very soon. If we lose to Arsenal, that draws down for me. And for me, we've got Liverpool next week at Old Trafford. I'm going to, and we've got Atalanta in the Champions League. I'm going to that game. You better win. You better win that game. We better win the games this week. I can't take losing. I can't take losing because we don't keep clean sheets. We don't win, and we're very inconsistent. So I'm expecting wins, and I think time's ticking for Solskjaer.
I'm looking at your fixtures and you have a very difficult November. Very difficult. You've got Liverpool, then Tottenham, then Man City, and then you've got Watford, then Chelsea.
I think if I can say two of those fixtures, which I think is that Man City game away or is it at home?
I'm not sure. I need to have a look at that. Wait. It's a home.
Or at home. I think we'll win the Man City fixture. I think we'll win the Tottenham fixture. Watford will win. Chelsea, that's at Stamford Bridge. So I'd probably say Chelsea will probably lose that game. Liverpool, I think we'll lose that game as well. So I only see us winning like 3 out of those games that you mentioned.
But then but what I'm trying to say is if it's still rough, because obviously as Fabrizio said, the board expect him to turn it around, but if it's very poor against Liverpool, Tottenham, Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal all in your next 5 or 6 games, then things can get peak for you. And at that point you're thinking maybe you're around 6th, 7th, 8th, I don't know. But obviously the expectation from the board would be, look, we've signed Ronaldo, now go get us a title, go get us a Champions League, go get us an FA Cup, go get the Carabao Cup. It's Man United, that should be expectation. Who do you go and get?
For me, I think we should just go and get we should try and go and get the Premier League. The Premier League's the number one. We need to go and get that Premier League.
Which manager will get you there?
For me, I think all the 4 managers I just named previously, I think any of them could.
Which one?
Because
if it was your choice, if you were the board.
Ideally, I'd say Zidane, because obviously Zidane's got better relationships with these players.
Ronaldo, Varane.
He knows Ronaldo really well. He knows Varane really well. I think he'll have a good connection with Pogba. And I don't think he'd be tolerating all of this nonsense. Because at Real Madrid, he are one of the best midfield pivots in the world. And he comes to see McFred. He will sell them both. He will sell them both if he sees that.
Bro, he'll send them to the under-23s, like, first training session.
They won't be playing. He will tell them to get out, and he'll find a way to put Matic and Donny in there, or he'll go buy CDM. But unlike Solskjaer, pragmatic, slow football, slow build-up, we'll have McTominay and Fred.
All right, that's Man United for you. Again, a club that I have utmost respect for, obviously, massive football club, for me the biggest in the world, and it's sad to see them being managed by some manager that's come out of Molda, like.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have an Oli agenda, because if Oli came up to me right now and was on the streets, yeah, I'd take a picture with him. I don't rate him as a manager, but I rate him as a player. He did really well as a player. Sometimes you have to push those things aside. Forget what he did as a player. Now we have to focus on whether he's good enough as a manager, because half the people that Oli in are thinking, he's got Oli in 99, I'm backing him. He won us the treble, I'm backing him. He was a fantastic player, I'm backing him. They don't have actual reasons. They don't have managerial reasons why we should back Solskjaer. They're just doing this because he's a former player. But if Solskjaer was called Jose Mourinho, Louis van Gaal, David Moyes, he'd be gone quick time. He would have been gone ages ago.
Yeah. Now, moving on from Oli and to the manager, he hasn't beaten yet. He still hasn't beaten him yet. Mikel Arteta and his Arsenal side. We're obviously playing tonight, Crystal Palace at home, up against Patrick Vieira. We had a absolutely torrid, one of the worst starts in our history, losing 3 games on the bounce. Obviously, that Man City one didn't help, but we're unbeaten in our last 4. We beat Norwich, Burnley, and a brilliant game against Tottenham. Got a dull draw against Brighton, now up against Palace, Villa, and I think we're playing Man United pretty soon as well. But how do you look at Arsenal?
You know what? For me, when I saw the first couple of games of the season, I said, you know what?
We're done out here.
Banter aside, they need to get rid of Arteta. He's not making the right decisions. For me, his CV doesn't show enough why he should be Arsenal manager. And then, can't even like one player manager of the month. I was pretty shocked.
No, no. I wasn't shocked. I was actually like, Arteta's the one that deserves it because he's the only manager that won all 3 games in that month.
Fair enough, but judging off the start of the season, I thought Arsenal were poor decision making from Arteta was pretty bad, and I think you started to pick up a bit of form. Obviously, you beat Tottenham, which was a really win that made you Arsenal fans happy, and you were bouncing. A dull draw against Brighton, but Brighton, they're no mugs, are they? You don't always seem to do well against Brighton Arsenal. They're not been doing well.
Under Potter, we haven't.
Against everyone. Yeah, under Potter, but I think Arsenal, all right. I still see them finishing 8th for some reason. They don't. I don't see them finishing 5th or 6th. I actually said Aston Villa and Leicester, for being honest. But I think Arsenal is still a decent side. I think we spent the most in the Premier League. It's down to Arteta to deliver. But if I'm Stan Kroenke, I'm saying I get rid of him because you got managers who can probably get the best out of these players. I don't think Arteta's getting the full amount of these players. He's not getting the absolute best of Aubameyang. He's not getting the best of Lacazette. He's not getting the best of Tommy. I think Tommy Asu's a really good player. He's done well under Arteta, but I still think there's more to his game, which Arteta or who could have probably get the best out, but Conte could.
Yeah, I think definitely the narrative that we don't have the players is a load of nonsense because a good manager would get us challenging up there. And look, Arteta still has time to turn it around, but do I think he would? Obviously not. I've said this many times. Funny thing is, if we do win tonight, we go 1 point within Man United. Considering how bad our start to the season was, it's quite surprising that we could be closing in 1 point on you. And we have spent the most in the Premier League, so we have been backed by Stan Kroenke, and we've got some really good players in. I've been very impressed by Ramsdale. A lot of people haven't woken up to Ramsdale yet, but he's going to be a top goalkeeper. I see it in him.
I laughed when that deal went through.
I laughed. I mocked it. I mocked it myself. He turned me around within 4 to 5 games. He's done.
Yeah, he's been really well. He's been up there for one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier, if I'm being honest. I thought Ramsdale, 40 million.
It was 30. It was 30. Calm down. 30, bro. 30.
30 million for Ramsdale. This guy made so many mistakes. His save percentage was pretty decent, but still, 30 million for Ramsdale. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Then I see him a couple games in, playing well, and then he's becoming first choice, and I see Leno leaving in the summer.
Yeah, I don't see a way back for Leno now, because one thing I really like about Ramsdale is the way he commands his defenders. He shouts at people. He commands his box. He knows what he's doing, and I really like that about Ramsdale. And other sign is obviously £50 million for Ben White. I mean, United fans can't talk. They got a fridge for 80 million, so let's not start that debate. But Tomiyasu's been good.
Well, we got Fred for 50 million.
I mean, there you go. Both of our clubs have a crap ton of money, but just spend it on shit. But Ben White's been okay, I guess. I think Gabriel was injured for the start of the season. Then as soon as that partnership has developed between Ben White and Gabriel, I think they've looked a bit better. Who else do we sign? Odegaard, we got him back. Lokonga's looked decent. Tavares again, he's looked alright. Not seen enough of him yet. Tomiyasu, I've not completely lived up to Tomiyasu yet. I think he's way too defensive, and his positioning starts to worry me a bit. But I'll wait on my judgment for Tomiyasu because it's too early for that. But again, let's get back to this ultimate debate. I want to ask you, I went on your channel quite a few months ago now, and we had this debate about Oli and Arteta, and you stuck by and said, Oli, do you change your mind on that?
I think they're generally just both shit, if I'm being
honest. I'll say the same. But if you had to choose one.
If I had to choose one, as a tactical manager, can't lie, Arteta is better. Arteta is better.
Yeah, and yeah.
A man manager, Oli is better. So it depends what you want. But for me, obviously, some Arsenal fans are going to say Arteta will do so much better with the Man United squad. But I think it's hard to compare them because Solskjaer's got an outstanding squad and Arteta's got.
We spent more money than you.
I know, you spend a lot of money. I won't say Arteta's got an average squad. He doesn't have the strength and depth like Manchester United do. So I've got a friend who's an Arsenal fan. He keeps on telling me Arteta's better than Solskjaer. But if I had to choose one, to be honest, I can't even lie. I'm going to go with Arteta.
Oh.
I think they're both shit.
Yeah, they're both shit. Don't get me wrong. All the viewers out there, they're both rubbish. But I just wanted to see which one would you rather have.
They're down there both with one of the worst managers in the league. I think they're down there, but I'm taking Arteta, yeah.
If you combined some of the traits of Oli and Arteta, I think you'd get a half decent manager. Just saying, I think a half decent.
Like a Ralph Hasenhuttl. You get like a Ralph Hasenhuttl. That's what you get.
Yeah, because Oli can man manage. Arteta has some ounce of tactical nous about him, something about him. But yeah, that's Arteta and Oli. And finishing off first episode of this new series, I want to end on something a bit different. I'm going to do a player comparison. Obviously, I don't think, both of us were quite young. We're not going to see much about it. But I want to ask you, Roy Keane or Patrick Vieira?
My dad's a United fan, and I asked him this question the other day. He said Keane, because obviously he's a bit biased in it because he's a United fan. But from what I've seen, clips of YouTube in it, previous things, Vieira was a good player, and so is Keane. I think that they're both one of the best captains to ever be in the Premier League, but I'm going to go with Patrick Vieira.
Oh, the United fans go with Patrick Vieira. You don't want to tell your dad that. Trust me. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Testimony, where can they follow you?
Hit us up on GGMU TV, GGMU TV on YouTube. Almost 1,000 subscribers. Trying to get there before the end of the year. And on Twitter, GGMU_TV. And on Instagram, GGMU_TV 2021.
Yeah, bro, you've been in some mad collaborations lately. Keep that one up.
Thanks.
Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.